Can we skip to the good part? Well, hello there, or moin as we say here in Hamburg, and welcome to Stitch-Ilonka. My name is Ilonka. Yes, it's spelled with an I but pronounced with an E. And I welcome you here on my channel about cross stitch. And lately I took up crocheting, and so you will hear a bit about that in this video. If you're new here, welcome, sit down, don't be afraid. I'm not biting. Oh my god, this is just the most horrible thing that you could ever say to someone if you meet them, don't you? Shall I start new? No, I won't. This is what you deal with. Well, if you're new here, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. Sit down, have a drink, grab something to stitch or to crochet or to whatever, and listen to my lovely voice. And to all my returning viewers, hi, how have you been? Are you sweating just like me? Although I have to say lately it has cooled down a bit. It's not like in the high 30s anymore. It's more of in the middle 20s, and I can handle that. That's okay. Although I mean I am sweating if I blink. That's how easily I get sweaty. But anyway, so I am back with another Flosstube video, and I don't have that much stitching to show. I've got a bit more crocheting to show, but I also have an update on my friction pen Lighthouse disaster thingy, and I have, of course, the announcement of the winners of last time's giveaway. That's it. And yeah. And I also have a bit of haul to show you, and I have to ask you about your opinion on one thing. And yeah, I would say let's dive in. First of all, you remember this one, right? So I have had many a wonderful tip underneath my last videos to use, either to soak it in cow's milk, to use vinegar, to use shaving cream, or to use WD-40. I was too afraid to use WD-40, but I don't know if you have these in your country. Probably that is just a German. It's by Henkel, isn't it? No, Delta Pro Natura Egelsbach. Oh, well, anyway, this is it's called Stain Devil by Dr. Beckmann. Stain Devil for pens and paints. That's it. So I doused the fabric on this side here with a bit of this, and I doused the other side with a different Stain Devil by the same brand, and I realized that that side took out the stains better than the other one. So I doused the whole thing with a whole bottle of this Stain Devil, and I have to say it comes along somehow. I mean, the stains are not blue anymore. They are more of a grayish now, and it seems to work. So I doused it in this whole thing, really rubbed it in, and had it sit for like 3 or 4 hours yesterday, and then I had it in a bucket of water overnight without draining it. Just, you know, put water on top and lathered it up a bit, and then had it sit overnight in it, and then I washed it again at 60 degrees, and it's getting better, guys. It's getting better. And I have to douse, and I have to empty another bottle of this one on top of it, and I will do that to really get rid of the stains. But you know what I find very interesting? The colors of the thread is still so vivid, and so it didn't bleed or anything. it still looks very, like the yarn looks very good. And even if I just would get it to fade enough so that I am not seeing these lines anymore. I mean, I could easily just, you know, flip that over like that, but only if the lines that are in between here, if I could get rid of them, then I'm happy. If there's still something down here, it's okay for me, but I would have to have, you know, I have to get rid of them. So I keep you informed. I am on a very good way, Michael. Maybe, I mean, I will send you some gummy bears. So if you want me to send one of those bottles over to you as well, then just let me know. So yeah, I'm on my way. And I had a new start. I was on holiday last week, on one of my very favorite islands here in the North Sea, and this island is called Föhr. And as I've told you, I actually was very excited to go there to buy wool from sheep that are that live on that island, and wool that is processed and spun and hand dyed and everything on that island by people from that island. So I was very focused on buying wool. And so I did my bicycle ride, and I went all across the island and stopped at one of those clothing stores that I used to go in with my mom back in the days. And I was just, you know, looking around. It's a nice old barn, and on the left-hand side there is a cafe. On the right-hand side there is the clothing store, and they have clothings, mostly male clothings, with sweaters and dress shirts and stuff. And when I walked in for the first time on my own, not without, you know, without my mom, I don't know, it must have been years and years and years. Yeah, so this is the store. Inga Haferkorn is the name. So anyway, I walked in, and my trained cross-stitch eye looked up at the, I'm gonna insert a video here, looked up at the ceiling, and there were anchor yarns hanging from the ceiling, each individual on a hook. And I was so impressed by that, and I looked around, and of course I knew that they had like dress shirts and sweaters and everything, but I never noticed the balls of fabric that were perched on top of each. I never noticed the balls of fabric that were perched on the shelves there. And then I started talking to the woman who worked there, and I asked her if I could film, and I told her that I have a Flosstube channel, and she was like, yeah, please, just, you know, don't film any customers and just stick to that. And we were talking about the fabrics that she had lying there, and she said, well, these kinds of fabric, the owner of the store, Inge, who's passed away a few years ago, she would use these fabrics to make clothings, or to make clothings for these traditional garments that we have, or that they have on the island. And she has like a linen borders and linen cloth galore on top of these shelves. But she also had these Austrian even weave fabrics that I had never heard of. So the brand of these even weave fabrics is Übelhöhe. They are from Austria, and they make wonderful, I suppose they make all sorts of cloth for you know, stitching and everything. This is a very big even weave. It's like a 22, I suppose, 22 count, but I was drawn to this wonderful dark navy blue or king's blue color, which is just stunning. And then she also recommended this this blue color. This is, in Germany, it's called dove blue, yes. And this is king's blue, yeah. And I could not resist, and I liked them so much. I you know, very maritime feeling. I should have put on a different shirt today. Anyway, so maritime feeling things. And when I came home, I was really like, okay, what am I going to stitch on it? And when I came home, I remembered that I bought this one, which I showed you last time. And I started the little ducky on this beautiful dove blue fabric. And I think it looks amazing because the blue just matches. It looks like one of these shallow lakes that these ducks would dunk in, you know. So yeah, I just have to stitch some more white here in between, you know, because Michal probably intended this to be left out if you put it on white fabric. But since I put it on blue fabric, I would probably have to stitch some white in here and in between here. And because this is such a huge count, and I was so tired lately because it was so warm, and I could hardly see the holes in the fabrics. I don't know about you. I mean, I've also noticed a drop in viewers on my videos for the last 2 months or so, because I suppose it's really just because it's just too hot. And you are probably outside or you're doing something else and you're not really watching Flosstube or stitching it right now. So because it's just too hot. Anyway, so I decided to do this 3/2. So 3 DMC strands over 2 fabric strands, and to really have it easy on my eyes. And since it's only like with the lettering, they are about 400 stitches. So without lettering, these were about 800 stitches or 1,000 stitches, something like that. So that was quite easy to do. And so I could really, you know, go all out with 3 strands over 2 fabric strands. And I'm actually wondering, because these are 2, like this is over 2. If you take half the height, I could probably fit another duck 1/1 right next to it. What do you think? I'm actually thinking about doing that. But yeah, I really love it, and it looks absolutely funny and good, and yeah, very nice pattern, Michal. Well done. I hope I haven't told you that already. No, probably I don't have. I've already filmed the German version, so it's like I don't really know what I've said already and whatnot. So anyway, I was very excited to go on the island and to shop for wool that is from the island and that is shorn there, that is from the sheep of the island, and that is processed on the island, that is hand spun and hand dyed on the island. And what I didn't know, because I was listening to some documentaries while I was sitting in the beach chair and crocheting on this shawl that I will show you in a second, what I didn't know is that the shepherds are not, they don't, like the German shepherds, not the dogs, the real German shepherds, they are not getting paid for their wool, but they get subsidies for you know, to have the sheep guarding the dikes. You know, every time they walk on there, they secure the stiffness of the dike, and they keep the grass short and everything. So that's what they are. Sorry, I had to leave the window open because it's so warm. Okay, so that's what they get their money from, you know, for the sheep to guard the dikes, if you will. So, and of course these sheep have to be shorn, yes, also right, okay. So the sheep have to be shorn once a year anyway, and because this is usually done by, you know, German people, and it's not a lot of wool in a consistent quality, because they're not bred for their wool, but for something else. So they get shorn, and the wool usually gets thrown, or in the past got thrown away, because it was just too expensive for the industry. And there are companies like, of course, there's this woman on fur who is picking and choosing wool for her own one-woman show business, and she spins and dyes and does everything herself, just for herself. She doesn't have an online shop or anything. She's just really doing it for the fun of it, for herself. But there's also a company that I will talk about later who buys this very, very expensive yarn and kind of saves it and spins it and kind of processes it for smaller boutiques to carry it and to kind of save this beautiful wool. I'm going to talk about it later, but let me just start with this one. So this is a wool that is lamb's wool. So the very first shearing of these little lambs, and she handpicks the wool that she likes, and then she processes it, spins it. It's hand spun yarn. She dyes it with natural fiber, with natural colors, and then processes them into skeins and for you to buy. I mean, she has got like everything, like a logo and everything, but you walk into her home, it's her house, and she has put up all the little baskets and stuff where she sells her own yarn, and it was just wonderful to visit her and to have a chat with her. Anyway, so this is one colorway that she dyed it, and the other colorway, because she didn't have two of the same, is this one that I chose. And the stitch that I chose is the, sorry, I haven't woven in the ends yet. The stitch that I chose is the bow tie stitch. I don't know if you can see, like they look like little bow ties. The bow tie stitch by that I saw on Fiber Spider online. And I linked these two colors together as a long shawl that I could either wear like this, or actually it's not the softest of yarn, of course, because it's natural fibers. It's not, doused in silicone or anything, and it's not mixed with acrylic or anything. This is really true lamb's wool. And my boyfriend was like, I really want to wear it, but can we kind of, coat this on one side with a piece of silk or anything? And I was like, silk? Do you want to buy that? Well, so I will have to find a way to coat this on one side, so that the side that is really on your neck is so that it's not that scratchy. But still, I'm loving this one. I love the colors. I love the stitch. I'm happy that I was able to finish this in during my vacation, and I'm happy that I found such a precious wool handmade from someone who is really kind of has their heart and soul in it. And it was a wonderful time spent with her, and she was so nice and kind of very authentic, and it was just a wonderful moment to spend with her. Yeah, so that is the bow tie lamb's wool for birthday present scarf. And then, as I told you, I went to another store who sells the island sheep wool. That is wool that is also not heavily processed. It's very rough. It's really that kind of wool that you would get off of the sheep, and that would be just thrown away because it's just too rough for anything. And the amount of equal quality wool is not enough for a batch of any kind of wool. It's not, the quality is not on that point that you can really sell it to an industrial kind of thing. So This is very, very rough. You cannot really make any garments out of that, at least not if you're not into that. So I bought 3 of these things. One is this beautiful sandy green. One is it looks very gray, but it's a light blue, and a dark blue. And I started crocheting because I didn't know what to do with it. I started crocheting a handbag. And let me see if I can show you this. So this is a full bottom handbag with a very simple stitch on it. Just front post double crochets and these little kind of flowery type things. Really easy also for a beginner like me. And I will just, you know, crochet into the height until I have all of these skeins finished, and then I will have a beautiful handbag made of wool from sheep from my favorite island. And that is just what really, you know, makes my heart sing about this whole thing. I also will start 2 new cals, so crochet alongs soon, but they're all German. So if you are interested in that, please refer to my German video. I have put links and talk about them in a bit more of a detail. But I think because they are German in a German Facebook group, they might not be interesting for you. So if you're interested, then just check my German video. But what you might be interested in is the Halata shawl. She has, I suppose she's Finnish, because she has her, has the pattern for this in German, English, and in Suomi? Is that like in Finnish language? Is that Suomi? I'm sorry. I'm really bad. I'm a bad European that I don't know that. Sorry. So it's been growing and growing and growing, and it's now at this awkward stage where it's actually, you know, it was like this brownish red and pink, and now there's this color that absolutely doesn't make any sense. But the more I crochet on this, the more it will make sense, because then it will turn over to this blue color, and then to the darker blue, and then the very, very dark blue. Or is it black? No, I guess it's black. So yeah, I still have a bit to go, but I love these patterns that repeat like that, because once it's finished, it's it looks so calm yet whimsical. And yeah, that's a good it's a good shawl to just sit on and crochet while watching TV. That's a very nice one. Now the moment you've all been waiting for. The giveaway winners. It was wonderful to make this giveaway, because I obviously get a few comments under my English speaking videos, but they are usually the same people, which I enjoy so much, because I know that there are people out there who constantly watch my videos, and we can interact, and we've been chatting on Instagram for sometimes and stuff. So it's really nice having this little, you know, meet up with friends every time I upload a video. But now that I had this giveaway and I was asking you to comment with a certain word, there were people commenting who probably watched my videos for quite a long time, but who haven't ever commented before. And that was lovely to see. And I was so happy to read these comments like, oh, I've been watching your videos for a long time, and now I'm finally commenting. And, you know, that was just, maybe I'm going to do some more giveaways, because I really like this experience. So yeah, I did the drawing with the random YouTube comment picker right before the video. And if you remember, one of them was this beautiful blue sparkly fabric, and also one nautical pattern by Michal, Star Parade, who was very flattered to be featured in this one, because I really came up with that on the spot. And he said, I asked him if it's okay to you know, to ask for your email address when you win it, and so that I can forward it to him. And he was like, yeah, but you have to send me some German Haribo gummy bears. And I was like, wait, you have Haribo gummy bears in England, don't you? And he said, yeah, but it's not the same. I want them from Germany. So I have to pack a little package with some gummy bears and maybe also some Stain Devil. So Michael, let me know. Anyway, so back to the giveaway. I had you say the word nautical for this one, and I had 18 entries, and the winner is Catty Sue Cats. Catty Sue Cats. Yes, I love watching your videos. I did have a panic attack over your cross-stitch pen problem. I used the friction pens, but not the markers. Yeah, so the pens, but not the markers with the felt tip. I haven't had the issue so far. I want to work on my crochet, but it's too hot here. Girl, I hear you. I love the nautical and spooky fabrics. Yeah, wonderful. So, Catty Sue Cats, please send me an email to ilonka@web.de and let me know your postal address so that I can send you your beautiful fabric. And the next one was this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful mushroom. So gorgeous. I love them so much. I should have entered myself. This beautiful mushroom fabric. Also, did I tell you that these were from Esther, the Danish stitcher? Do you really think that there was one single video that I wouldn't mention my friend Esther? So yeah, this one was the mushroom fabric, and I had you to say the word spooky because mushroom was too hard to spell. And you know what? I'm so happy that Dr. Kristi won Kristi's Corner Needlework. That was a total coincidence, and I laughed so hard because just yesterday I asked her about her address because she asked us in her latest Flosstube to send her some floss drops for her huge hate project that she has, and I was thinking about sending her a few of my stickers and make a floss drop out of it. And so I just yesterday asked her her address, and now I can pack a huge package for this. So Kristi said it was nice to catch up with you. I was trying to come up with a clever story about spooky nautical things involving a pirate and ghosts, but it just wasn't working. So I've given up, and I'm just going to tell you about my failure. Congrats on 1,000 subscribers. Good luck with the friction pen. I use them very sparingly these days because I was really burned by a piece I made a couple of years when the lines came back. So disappointing. Have an awesome week. Thank you, Kristi. I had. And so you don't really have to send me your address because I already got it. And you will not just get the spooky fabric, but also and some nice floss drops from me. So congrats, and congrats to all the winners. And I am very thankful that you participated. And it's just, I might do another one. That's really fun, I have to say. But now, one I can also, it's been a lot of crochet content today, I know, but I have a bit of a haul for you too, because of course, what do you do if you're not stitching? You buy stitching stuff. So yeah, there were, I ordered something, let me just, where's the third one? I ordered something a few months back already. Oh yeah, it's over there. Okay, now I ordered something a few months back, right after the needlework expo, no, needlework market, Nashville market, I guess it's called. And I ordered at a boutique in the Netherlands, but it took ages for it to get here, and I'm not sure what the cause was, if they didn't get the stash in, or if they were just, you know, so busy that they couldn't send it out. But I ordered something now from 123 Stitch directly in hopes that it will get here sooner. But I will tell you about that later. So anyway, it's finally here. My Rosewood Manor, a Tisket, a Tasket. And it's so beautiful, so beautiful. And Pam from Stitching in the Land of Good Enough, she, if you don't know her, please search for her, Stitching in the Land of Good Enough. She's a wonderful floss tuber here, and she's got her own brick and mortar shop in, I don't know, but she just made a Tisket a Tasket Facebook group where they do a sale. So she divided the whole thing into 14 pieces or 16 pieces, and she's hosting a stitch along for this one. And it's too late for me to jump in right now, and I'm really kind of wanting to save this one for a special occasion. I don't know. This is really just so gorgeous, and it's got a few smalls picked out of there that you can, maybe I can just, you know, like do one of those. I have a few of these pillows, and I could probably do this one in a pillow too. We'll see. So yeah, this is a Tisket a Tasket by Rosewood Manor. You've seen it 1,000 times. I know, finally have it. And I also got, very unusual for me, the Antique Sampler Collection #2 by JBW Designs. And if you remember, a few months back I made a video in response to Judy, which she hasn't acknowledged yet, but anyway, in response to Judy about this sampler, this German sampler by Helene Schnorr. And because there were some fracture handwriting and printing letters in there that she couldn't decipher, that she didn't know what it was, and I made a video about it, and if you're interested, I'm going to link it below, what it's about. Like these there are some, I'm going to insert a picture here because it's too hard to see. There are some letters that are not really identifiable as easily because it's an old-timey handwriting or printing writing, where the S's look like F's. And I did a whole segment in one of my videos about how to distinguish between them and what they all mean. So this very particular alphabet sampler is very dear to my heart, and I will definitely start it and stitch it. I'm not sure if I will do the other ones, probably not. Maybe I will. I mean, I can sell them, can't I? Yeah, so anyway, I will definitely stitch the Helene Schnorr, and I was wondering, because it's, you know, red on natural linen, that's not how I roll, at least not for that one. So how better to honor this King's Blue fabric? It's so beautiful, my goodness, when I look at it in the video. I should have worn a different t-shirt. Anyway, so this blue fabric, because it's crazy enough. And then I was wondering if I should put this silk on it. This is by Mis Usedas, by a Spanish company, Mis Usedas Silks, in the colorway Scale. Esther brought me some of them. I'm not sure if this will be enough, so I might probably have to source some more. But this is a light turquoise green with some lavender in there. I don't know if you'll be able, yeah, you will be able to see that. And this on royal blue. What do you think? Either this one, or I also have another one, but I cannot get them here in Germany that easily anymore. The Thread Gatherer Silken Color in Pearled Blues. Or maybe I can combine these two in some way. Like the borders in between, there are borders. There are borders between the lines of letters, so I might be able to, you know, do the letters in one and the border in another color. What do you think? This wonderful blue? It's gonna look so awesome. And not at all antique. What do you think? Yeah. So yeah, that's that one. That's that one. Very sophisticated language I use here today. And I talked about it last time already. Alba Stitcher from Glasgow, glaube ich, I think. Yeah, Scotland. She was wanting to stitch the From the Heart needle art by Wendy Monthly Quakers, and I already sourced all of them until September, and I finally got them all in, and let's just have a look at them to goggle at them once again because they are so beautiful. This is January. This is February, of course, nice and pinkish with hearts. This is March, beautiful green, lush and bold vases, flowers, love it. April with very subtle colors, very soft, and these beautiful two birds with a heart. I love it. And then May, which I really like because it's so bold and so, you know, because May usually is the month that everything starts to bloom and really is green and lush and everything. So I really like that one. This is June, that I don't really know if I like that much because I'm not sure about the yellow and the placement of the word June in that wreath. I'm not sure what to do about that. Maybe I can just, you know, kind of switch out the yellow. Oh, by the way, they are all charted in Classic Colorworks, but she also provides the DMC conversion. And this one might be my favorite, the July one with this huge vase in the middle. And this is August, which is just lovely. I stitched a diamond very similar to that one way back. This looks to me like a Vierländer inspired thing. And the colors are just, you know, it looks searing hot, warm, very, very warm. Just like the August was this year. And this is September with lavender colors and bluish colors. It's really nice. And this is October that I already showed you last time, and I ordered this at 123 Stitch now, and I hope that it will come in soon. And Wendy, I talked to her on Instagram, she said that November and December will be released also very soon. Yeah, I can't wait because I have to start already this year because my quarterly Quakers are over soon, like at the end of autumn. So what is autumn? August, September, October, November are the autumn colors. Autumn is the autumn quarter. So in December I will already start the December Quaker if I have it from Wendy. Yeah, so that I have something Quakery to do every month. So that's all from me today. I'm very happy that you participated in my giveaway. I will keep you posted on the Lighthouse situation here. And for now, I just have to say, sorry for so much crochet content. I hope you are not, I hope you are inspired actually. I hope you are inspired by me showing you that much crochet. And although it's very, very hot, I think it's a bit easier than stitching in the heat. I've talked to a few friends who I haven't heard from in a while and who I was like, I haven't seen any posts from you. Where are you? Are you okay? And a few people just said, yeah, it's just too hot. I cannot sit down in my chair comfortably and stitch away, and it's just too hot. I cannot concentrate. I cannot focus my eyes on these tiny holes and stuff. And I totally get that. And that's why I like crocheting these last 2 weeks, and especially while I was traveling, like having the crochet with me is much easier. So yeah, I will be traveling next week as well because I am going to Oberammergau, which is a small village in Bavaria who put up the Passion of the Christ every 10 years. Obviously they couldn't do it in for the last 500 years, and they obviously couldn't do it in 2020 because of the you know what. And so they will do it this year, and since it was my niece's kind of confirmation, graduation, whatever. Can you graduate from faith? I don't know. You know what I mean? So it's time. It's only, you know, happening this year. The next time will be probably in 2030. So either it's this year or never, you know. Yeah, because I really think like in 10 years, my niece will be 24, and then she will probably, you know, she will be occupied with other things. And then 10 years after that, she's 34, then she might probably be busy with working or family stuff or whatever. And only like after that, 10 years after that, she might be thinking about going with her own children or with someone else. So it's this year or not. So yeah, we are going there, and that would also involve driving a lot, and that's realistically I won't be taking any stitching with me, just crochet. But I hope that I can show you a few other things next time. So stay tuned. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon. Bye bye. Sorry, I'm not that clever in this heat. See you soon. Bye, my lovelies.